Hello, everyone. This is Jim Okerzinski with your week 13 schedule. So, as I mentioned here, this is the last week of our scaffolding activities, discussion board number 13, exercise 4.3 from your textbook, and I'll go through that in a second. So, just to remind everybody, the first draft of the research essay is due on Tuesday, April 28th. So the activities that you've been completing so far hopefully will help you reach the target due date, scaffolding you into some sort of a real research essay first draft. We all know introductions, body paragraphs, quotes, and the whatnot, and a research essay. Everybody's familiar about the structure. But this weekend, discussion board 4.3, you're going to put together some interesting openings. So let me get out of this one and get over to the content. Still working in the synthesize and drafting folder there, just to remind everybody of the research essay instructions. Tuesday, April 28th, you're looking for a first draft between 2,000 and 2,500 words. Minimum of 6 sources to support your research essay claim there. Okay. All this, Bailey, all the criteria as far as in-text citations, works cited pages, using paraphrases and quotations accurately, MLA formatting the guidelines, double spacing, indented paragraphs, standard font, 1-inch margins. We're looking for about 2,000 words for the first draft here. Then through the peer review process will commence once that draft is posted. After everybody goes through peer reviews, the final draft will be due on Tuesday, May 12th, minimum of 2,500 words there. Be sure to remember that the research essay process is worth about 25 to 30% of your overall course grade. So this week's activity, to get to it real quick, is writing multiple leads. Exercise 4.3 in the textbook, pages 128, 129, talks about writing leads. And by leads, that'll be introductions or openings to your particular research essay. Okay, so the activity, exercise 4.3, asks you to physically write 3 leads as they would appear in your draft. Choose the one that you like best and write a paragraph about your reasoning. How will it contribute to your research essay? Why did you choose that particular opening? All right. Copy and paste your work into the text box, and then be sure to format it so others can read your thinking and writing. And then, of course, your necessary responses. So if we get to, let's see if I can pull this up. There we go. Writing multiple leads in a textbook. Ballinger talks about different ways to open up a research essay. The anecdote is a little story, scene, profile, background. Provide some background depending on your topic. Quotation, something really significant that you feel could open an essay. Dialogue is always a little bit interesting. Questions, you can open with a question, but remember, in your opening, you have to be sure to answer that. And then contrast and announcement. So he provides, I think, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different ways. That's 9 different ways to open up a particular research essay. So as we get back to the discussion, this is you would choose 3 of those. Any 3 you think will work for you. I don't care which 3 they are. Write the leads as they would appear in your paper. Don't tell me what you're going to write. Don't tell me what you're going to do. As you would write that particular lead that would go into the first draft of your research essay, that's the activities, to write the 3 leads. Pick one that you like best and then tell us the how and the why behind that. So that way, exercise 4.3 for discussion board 13 happens. All right. I think that's important there to do that. Now, the purpose of this is not only thinking about an opening, but have you actually use the opening that you like best that you wrote to open for your first draft. So you've got that out of the way. You've got some writing and thinking done in the last couple of activities. Double entry journal, you've got some quotes that you've got some writing and thinking on. You can even go back to your annotated bibliography and look at some of that content there. And so this is how you pull together the first draft from your previous works in this course. So I want to make that clear to everybody. So be aware, exercise 4.3 is the activity this week. Let me get back to the announcements here. Okay, that post is due on Tuesday. Responses by Friday. You want to wrap that up because then you should be working on the first draft of your research essay due on Tuesday the 28th. All right. Have any questions or issues? Please send me an email.